Today we're simulating 2 NBA seasons, but the entire league has been put into alphabetical order. We've got 25 teams, each made up of players whose last name starts with the same letter. Apologies to my homies with X last names. There's no representation for you in the NBA. What can you do? Before we get into the sim, there's 4 teams I think are just absolutely loaded. I'm planting my flag right now that they will be great. The letter A with Giannis, Bam, Jarrett Allen. They may have too many big men, Cole Anthony, but like their top end talent is sick. We don't have to go far for my next stud team. The letter B with D-Book, Jimmy Butler, Jalen. Oh my gosh, this team's amazing. Do they have any? They don't have a single center on their roster. That could be a problem. If you're looking for balance and top end talent, the letter D is there with Luka, KD, Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan. They aren't as deep as the previous 2 teams I mentioned, but at least they've got all positions covered. Oh yeah. The letter M, they're going to be studly as well. Ja Morant, healthy, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray. They have too many guards up here, but Lauri Markkanen, Evan Mobley, DeJounte. This is a real, the letter M showing out. 2 teams that stuck out to me when I was building this roster as like genuinely surprising. These 2 letters are more popular, I thought. That would be the letter R. Julius Randle, Terry Rozier, Mitchell Robinson, Austin Reeves. R. Aren't there a lot of R names out there? I thought they would have been better. Honestly, same goes for T, who, I mean, they do have Jason Tatum. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Miles Turner. Maybe that big 3 can lead them to the playoffs, but it really falls off after that. The Thompson twins, okay. And finally, there's plenty more teams. Hopefully we'll show more. 2 teams that are like sneaky fun, in my opinion. The letter H, we've got Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Chet Holmgren, Drew Holiday, Tyler Hero. This one kind of snuck up on me. H, it's, you know, an unsexy letter. Just ignore me. I'm sick and I'm rambling. We've also got the letter G with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Paul George. I don't know if this team is deep enough, but their starting 5 looks awesome. And I know I only showed 8 rosters right there, but based on your ball knowledge, which letter do you think will win this video, win a championship? Maybe 2. Put it down below in the comments right now. And we are through our first season. Luka Doncic for the letter D takes home MVP. A really strong season, 31, 10, and 11. Yes, I would say he earned it. Victor Wembanyama for Team W. They could be pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if they made the playoffs. Rookie of the year. James Harden for letter H. Omer Yurtseven for letter Y. Okay, Jonathan Kuminga, letter K, winning most improved. All NBA first team, of course, Luka. Okay, so Trae Young made All NBA first. Omer won DPOY for the letter Y. I don't think they're very good. Joel, Giannis, Jokic, but we'll find out. All NBA second, we've got Ant Edwards. So the letter E, a couple All NBA players there. Shea, there's Kyrie. Okay, Steph, Tyrese for the letter H. All NBA third, we've got Cade Cunningham joining Steph Curry. We've got LeBron and Jokic. Yes, that is a duo, ladies and gentlemen. Dame Lillard, Ja Morant. All defensive first, this dude, Trevelin Queen. I'm a casual. I don't know who that is, but for the letter Q makes all defensive. Stanley Yamude carrying the letter U, and there's Omer for the letter Y. I guarantee the letter Q, U, Y, they probably want to combine like 10 games, but it's funny to see them here. Off rip, looking at the playoff bracket, indeed, letter D, I shouted them out earlier. They are a 1 seed. Oh, letter H in the East. They were one of my sneaky fun teams. Fair enough. Wait, what did I just say? I said Q, U, Z combined for 10 wins. Okay, they actually combined for 17. Letter U and letter Z had 5 wins total. By the way, I better point this out now. I am Canadian, and out here we say Z, not Z. Anyways, I probably won't mention them again. So we move. In the West, we did have the letter D, as mentioned, 64 wins, just ahead of the letter B, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler. I shouted them out. Steph, and the letter C is there. The letter M, I mentioned. Yo, the playoff teams in the West are strong. Like, it wasn't even close. These are the 8 best teams. Well, over in the East, again, the letter H is up there with 61 wins. The East, a little bit weaker. The letter A had 57 wins. Okay, the letter N sneaking in there in the playoffs. Okay, the real sneaky bad team that I'm surprised about, the letter S. You'd think that would be pretty good, and on paper they're solid. Sabonis, Siakam, Sengun, Simons, they missed the playoffs by a mile. That's crazy, dude. League leaders, this is hilarious. Trae Young, 43 points a game, led his letter Y to what was it, 14 wins, something like that. Ant actually finished second. Yo, the letter E had 2 of the top scorers in the league, both a 33 points a game. Oh yeah, that makes sense. The letter E literally had 7 NBA players, so it it is all Joel and Ant, and they made the playoffs, I think. Yeah, look at that. They're a 5 seed. Okay, maybe that duo can carry. Interesting. I haven't really mentioned them yet, but LeBron 27 and 9 assists per game. Jokic 23, 11 and 9. They are a duo. How did they do? Barely snuck into the playoff. I mean, they had enough wins. I just mean they're a 7 seed in the playoffs, 49 and 33. Oh my gosh. And right on cue, the letter J has the letter B. It's 3-2. They could win. Obviously, the letter B still firmly in control here, but let's go Jokic and LeBron. We want to see chaos. And this was a close finish, but indeed, the letter J holds on a 9-point win to force game 7. And before we get to that game, someone come look at this. I've made a lot of these videos. I don't think I've ever seen this, boys. The entire Western Conference playoff bracket is into a game 7. All 4 series are 3-3. What in the world? And not to be outdone in the East, there's 1, 2, 3 7-game series. This roster is insane. I'm not patting myself on the back. This is just how it works. Alphabetical order. Apparently, there is so much parity in the league. This is nuts. And I guess we'll go through these one by one, starting with the letter A, Milwaukee, led by Giannis, against the letter O. I cannot remember who's on that team at all. Oh my gosh, bruh. I better figure it out quick. They just upset. They just upset the letter A. No way. This team, this is why I can't remember who's on this team. 81 overall. Onyeka is their best player. How? Kelly Olynyk, Canadian hero. That's how. We move to our next matchup, the letter E. Remember that Joel Ant Edwards team? They're taking on the letter R, who were sneaky bad, led by Julius Randle, but they're in the playoffs. And again, this one's not going to be an upset. The letter E, Joel and Ant, they ran out of steam, it would appear. We move to our next game 7. This one from the West, we've got Shea and the letter G taking on Steph and the letter C. Steph and the letter C have home court advantage, by the way, but Shea and the letter G simply did not care. They had a chance to close this thing out. Draymond pulling up for 3. Draymond Green in Golden State might have just hit the dagger for the letter G. Nah, Steph, nah, you got to have an answer. You've got to have, I also don't know. Oh, obviously, Steph and the letter C are the home court. If they have the higher seed, they are the favorites. They're about to fall in game 7. Steph can't match Draymond in the clutch. And that was indeed it, as the letter G holds on 118-111. Steph was actually very good in this game, 38-6. Oh, he shot 13 of 33. Never mind. I take it all back. That's a joke job. We have yet another game 7 to go through here. The 5 seed letter W, led by Zion and Victor, going up against Ja Morant and the letter M, who have home court advantage. And once again, home court advantage does not matter. Once it's game 7, it's winner take all. It don't matter. The letter W comes through. Okay, our next game 7, we're going back east. This is the 1 versus 8 matchup. It is out of pocket. The letter H is a 1 seed. Obviously, Tyrese, Harden, Holmgren. Look at all these mid-80s. They have balance. They have everything. They are on the verge of losing to the letter N with Yusuf Nurkic, Aaron Nesmith, Larry Nance Jr. No, we can't have 2 of these teams advancing. Okay, thank goodness. I might have lost my mind there. All right, the letter H with a massive 25-point win. The letter N, dude, we couldn't have them and the letter O, 2 super mid teams advancing. That is good. Tyrese Halliburton is that guy, pal. By the way, 42 points, 7 assists, 4 steals, yo. And at long last, we get back to the place this all started. The letter J forced the game 7. They are now on the road against the letter B. It is time. Do we see yet another upset? Well, with LeBron and Jokic on the same team, it wasn't surprising to see, yeah, we might have another. The letter B is so small out here. But Devin Booker pops. Oh, that's a big miss. The letter B is running Scotty Barnes, I think, at center as LeBron hits a jumper in transition. Devin Booker coming. Oh, he's wide open. Jaylen Brown in the clutch. The letter J with some very poor defense. I really don't think the letter B is going to be able to. Wait a minute. That might be game. I don't think they're going to be able to survive playing so small, but they do advance through the first round, holding off LeBron and Jokic with a pretty good shooting performance. Dang, man. Jokic, LeBron almost matching triple doubles. That's a great duo, but they're gone. And the final game 7 of a crazy first round, the letter L with Kawhi and Dame taking on Luka and the letter D, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. How are they in game 7? Oh my, it's not even a clutch finish. They just 27 points they just lost by. What a chaotic first round. We've got a 5 seed, an 8 seed, and a 6 seed advancing in the West. The East looks more normal after all those game 7s, except the letter O. How did they get there? We were once again set up for some drama in round 2 as the letter B finds themselves in a game 7 again. Both these teams actually playing their second straight game 7, but the letter B, they are the favorite. This is more surprising for them against Shea and the letter G. Oh, and I accidentally simmed too fast through it because it wasn't a clutch finish. The letter G holds on 109-100. Say goodbye, D-Book and Jaylen Brown, dude. Our second game 7 of round 2. Dude, the letter O, this is insane. I don't know know whose shoulder Kelly Olynyk is pulling out of whose socket. There's some voodoo going on here with this team. Fortunately, looks like Jason Tatum and the letter T are going to be able to stave off that witchcraft, a 17-point win in Game 7. Ultimately, the East ends up being chalk as we've got the 1 seed letter H versus the 2 seed letter T in the East Finals. But the Western Conference, meanwhile, chaotic. The 8 seed letter L has advanced. They'll face the 6 seed letter G. I need a refresher. I know I brought up the letter G earlier. Yeah, Shea, Paul George, Darius Garland. Yeah, this is a very good team. I think they just had a poor regular season sim. It happens. Yeah, here they are in the West Final. And honestly, same goes for the letter L. Yeah, I didn't shout them out earlier. They have a good big three, Dame, Kawhi, Zach LaVine, and then they've got a million centers. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see this team advancing over some others, but what can you do? Continuing the insane parity we've seen in this video, the conference finals were extremely tight, with both series eventually playing to a 3-2 count, surely teeing up at least one, hopefully two clutch finishes. And we're starting in the Eastern Conference. The letter T, led by Jason Tatum, they are at home taking on Tyrese Halliburton, and the letter H, it's a 1 versus 2 seed. And I didn't mention it, but the letter H, they are the favorites in the series. They are up 3-2 right here, right now. Tyrese contested 3. That would have been a huge shot, but he bricked. The letter T can force a Game 7 with 1 bucket and 1 score right here. Then we're into fouls, free throws territory. Jason Tatum working on Tyrese. He also bricks. Never mind. Oh my gosh, James Harden's wide open. James Harden is wide open, running the wing. Who didn't get back on D? It was old man Klay Thompson not picking up James Harden in transition. Jason Tatum shooting a contested 3. Oh my gosh, the letter T is in shambles. Jason Tatum took a really quick shot last possession, which actually made sense. It got the letter T, the 2-for-1, but then they went ahead and intentionally fouled anyways. 2Ks. Oh my gosh, their AI is so dumb. Jason Tatum just stepped in for a 2. At least he made it. But Tyler Hero just made 2 more free throws. The letter T is back down 3, same spot. They have no timeouts. I think they need to go for a triple here. Jason Tate, never mind. He's going inside. He's missing a layup, and that's going to be game. With the letter H moving on to the NBA Finals, will the letter L as an 8 seed join them, or will we get another Game 7? Shea and his letter G homies have been so good this, but both these teams are awesome. Again, they just simulated poorly, I'm sure, but it looks like in a low-scoring game, yeah, both teams under 100, the letter G does it. They have forced a Game 7. Let's do it, boys. Clutch finishing coming. Indeed, we do have a clutch finish. As I predict, I could see it coming between these two teams. The letter G is in firm control here. Paul George kind of getting clamped. Darius Garland working a pick and roll with Danilo Gallinari. Why is he getting minutes right now? Paul George trying to go to work. Tough mid-range jumper, but Paul George has got it. That's huge. LaVine in transition. Dame has space. That's a much better shot, Dame. This game's not over. It's all about shot selection in the clutch with these CPUs. Paul George, nice spin move. He bricks. That was good shot selection. He was wide open. I don't know what to say about that. They killed some clock. They're going back to Dame, who again is tired. He's stepping back from the logo and he bricks it. Okay, Dame, man. No timeouts for the letter L, so they're going to take this ball and Paul George makes it. So they need a 3 to tie. Do they go to Dame or Kawhi? Dame's going to handle Rock. He's going to... No, not Caris LeVert. What are we doing, dog? That's a fumble in the bag. Big time. 40 points for Zach LaVine, 24 and 11 for Dame, yet it's Caris LeVert taking the final triple. I don't love that. But with that, we've got our NBA Finals matchup set. The letter H, a 1 seed coming out of the East against the letter G, a 6 seed coming out of the West. Both those teams I shouted out during the intro portion as like sneaky fun teams. Apparently they're also sneaky dominant. The letter H, really no flashy numbers. They're just really balanced. Tyrese Halliburton obviously setting the table. Tyler Hero, Tobias Harris, Gordon Hayward. Okay, James Harden, Chet Holmgren. Yeah, just again, balance. That's their key. Well, for the letter G, I mean, there's a certain degree of balance, but it's really their 2 stars. Shea averaging about 25, 6 and 6 in the playoffs. Paul George 24, 5 and 5. Josh Giddey, okay. Darius Garland, that's a squad. And once again, with a pair of capital S squads in the finals, we had a hard-fought battle with the letter G grabbing a quick 2-1 series lead, but Tyrese Halliburton and the letter H wrestling that right back to eventually take control. And with a 3-2 series lead, they head out on the road with a chance to clinch it. Man, this one, we got to see Game 7, right? Only if the letter G can clutch this up at home to force it, dude. They are down 3-2 in the series. And Rudy with the big D. Chet Holmgren on the glass, so smart. He kicks it out. He would have missed that. Tyrese Halliburton to Tyler Hero. The letter H with a huge triple. Tyler Hero in the clutch. The letter G going to their man Shea in the clutch. A shimmy and a post hook? That's not your game, Shay. Oh, no, the letter G is fouling so early. 45 seconds left. Just get a stop, man. 2K's crazy. Wait a minute, Tyler Hero? Before they can intentionally foul... I don't know what that was. 2K, you are so dumb. Tyler Hero, that was a terrible shot. Shay going inside. Steps back instead of going to the rim. It works. He kisses it off window. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton just hit both free throws. The letter G, OKC Thunder just burned their final timeout. So they really need a bucket here, preferably a three. Oh my, Paul George is wide open. And he bricked it. Nah, that's crazy. Paul George with an absolute back-breaking brick. That would have cut the lead to what? 1, and then there would have been free throws. It doesn't matter. He was off from the corner, and it is indeed the letter H who hold on for a dominant, and we've got a glitch championship celebration. Anyways, the letter H holds on for championship win in our alphabetical NBA. Yeah. Paul George, you just missed the shot that clinched the game for the letter H. I guess you do deserve to hold the trophy up. Sure, yeah, right there with Tyrese Halliburton. Nice. But there it is, the letter H, your championship winners. James Harden taking home finals MVP, 18-4-10. Yeah, he looks like he earned it. GG, James. And in the intro of this video, I did say we'd simulate 2 seasons. Usually I would make this a nice long video with another detailed sim, but as you could probably tell, I'm kind of dying of sickness right now. I feel better, but I sound horrible. I've had a cold for a few days, so I'm gonna do this second season sim very quickly. I hope you all forgive me. All right, and Luka Doncic wins another MVP, basically identical numbers for the letter D. First team All-NBA, Luka, Trey, Joel, Nikola Jokic, and Ant Edwards. Okay, the letter E, maybe this is their year. We've got 2 different 1 seeds in the playoffs too. The letter B, hopefully they don't choke this season, and the letter A in the East, same goes for them. Another not first round exit, hopefully. Another not first round. That made no sense, but you guys get it. After making it to the finals last season, the letter G is a 3 seed with 60 wins. LeBron and Jokic had a better regular season sim, while the letter L is once again a 7 seed. Okay. Well, over in the East, as mentioned, the letter A, hopefully they do not choke. The letter H looks like they'll go for a run again. Obviously, they are a very strong team. The letter O, Kelly Olynyk trying to get in, play spoiler again. Trey went bonkers again for the letter Y. I think they won like 13 games. Ant Edwards and Joel, what a duo. They are simulating so well because it's literally those two and nobody else. But once again, the letter E, Embiid, Edwards, they fall short in the first round, a 7-game series loss. While the only true upset in the West is the letter G, not able to replicate their season 1 success, falling in 7 to Steph's letter C. While once again, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James find themselves in a game 7, a chance to advance against the letter M. But they just do not have the juice, man. I don't know. I guess they're not deep enough. They lose again. But we can't worry about that right now. In the West, the 1, 2, 4, and 6 seeds advance, while in the East, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no big upsets here. Although, after winning the title in our first season sim, the letter H might be down in round 2. Can Tatum and the letter T go on the road into Indiana and pull off this upset? No, they could not. Also, yeah, not much of an upset. It was the 2 versus 3. Anyways, conference finals, we've got the letter B and the letter D. So that's D Book versus Luka. Always a great matchup. We've got Giannis versus Tyrese, the letter A versus the letter H. Luka means business, by the way, in the playoffs, 42 minutes a night. He's averaging 38, 10, and 13, just doing everything for his squad. Nah, but for real, he's got Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis. Now, are they, what are they doing? They're just watching Luka. Fair enough. It's working, whatever's happening. It's working to a point where indeed the letter D advances. Once again, the letter B as a favorite falls short. While over in the East, we've got a game 7. Giannis and the letter A trying to avenge their season 1 choke. And on the road, the letter H has a chance to return and possibly win a 2nd straight ring. Oh no, and Giannis went out kind of sad. The letter H, a 7-point win. The letter A shot 2 of 23 from deep. Nah, I thought this team would be good. They did not have enough skill. Just too many bigs. Giannis couldn't do it. As our finals in year 2 features the letter D coming out of the West. They were the 2 seed against the letter H, the 2 seed out of the East, trying for back-to-back. I just showed moments ago, Luka is apparently doing everything for this team, even though he's got Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, a pretty good and a pretty balanced supporting cast. But the proof of concept is there. We've seen it work for the letter H. Tyrese, Harden, Drew. I mean, I would think this team has too many guards, but whatever they run out there, it works. But apparently got in the NBA Finals in our second season sim. The letter H is down 3-1 in this series. They're down 3, no timeouts, under 30 seconds left to go. They need this from Tyrese Halliburton, but he does not get it to go. And you might all consider letter H still the winner of this video because they won a ring. They made a second finals appearance. I mean, they had the best 2 seasons cumulatively, but in year 2, it is Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, another glitch celebration. 2K, why do you hate me so much? Anyways, it's the letter D who do win the championship in our second season sim. Not that we could tell from this. Gosh darn it, man. There you go. The letter D have won the championship. They did so in a convincing 5 games. And Luka Doncic, 2 MVPs, now adds a finals MVP. There you go. And I think it's pretty clear Luka was the individual winner of this video. The letter H, probably the biggest team winner over 2 seasons. But let me know down below what you thought of this video. Drop a thumbs up and check out another one from my channel.